Welcome to the MMO Ronin channel. If you like MMOs and are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. In this video, we're talking about the Swords of Legend Q&A that they had the other day, and we're just kind of going over like the most important questions that they had, and I'm just giving you the answers to those questions because the answers kind of define what the question is. I'll have in the background some video footage playing from Steparu. The link will be in the description to their channel. Make sure you go check them out and subscribe to their channel. And here we go. So starting off, there won't be any Chinese voiceovers for launch in the Western release. There will be English voiceovers, and the text language you can switch between German, French, English, stuff like that. The patches are going to be accelerated. They're not going to come out as the same patch that China is on. They're going to be ahead of everybody else, and we'll accelerate it to try to catch up to the Chinese version, but not at launch. There's going to be two servers, the North America and the European server. The North American server is going to be on the East Coast, while European is in Germany. You can pick one server at the beginning, whether you want to be on NA or EU, but you can't transfer characters between the two. So if you want to make a character on EU, that'll just be an EU character, and if you want to make a character on North America, those will just be North American characters. There's no plans to come to console right now, and there's no exclusive items that China won't get except the pre-order title and flag that you get. So when you pre-order the game, you get a title and a flag for your house, and those are the exclusive items that you will be able to get just for pre-order, and there's nothing that's going to be in the game that's different from what's in the China version. People were wondering about the UE4 update that's coming to China, but that hasn't really been implemented in China yet, so it's kind of unknown how they're going to handle it over here because they haven't handled it over there yet. As far as the alpha and beta goes, the alphas is just going out to media press partners and certain content creators. I'm not one of them. There's going to be a special event in the beta for people. This might be a mount. They haven't, that's what they said, maybe a mount, but they haven't really shown anything. They just kind of glanced over that. You'll be able to get the beta from pre-orders, giveaways. Select content creators are going to have keys, and if you pre-order it on Steam, you still get beta access. No matter what region you're in, you still get your pre-order bonuses, and after the beta is launched and over and the game comes out, your characters and everything will be wiped, so the beta is a wipe. If you buy anything from the store in the beta, you'll actually get a refund back plus some, kind of like what they did with Valorant, how they refunded people and gave them like plus 50% or something on what they bought. There's not going to be a marriage system in the game, but there will be like marriage themed items and stuff that you can buy from the store, theme gear and emotes. And then the dungeons aren't limited on entry, but limited on meaningful rewards. So rewards get reset weekly or daily depending on what the dungeon is, kind of similar to most dungeons in games. You can run it as many times as you want, but the rewards may not be there at the end, or might not be good at the end. For PvP, it's not possible for a tank to queue in 3v3, but when you get into the 3v3 mode, you will be able to switch into tank. You can queue as a party in PvP, and the 100 versus 100 battles won't be in release, so there won't be any guild versus guild battles going on at release. Housing isn't instant. Everybody has their own personal island house, but there will be a lot of spots. Nobody has to worry about running out of them. Friends can help you build the house, but you can't buy a house and like give it to somebody or sell it to somebody else. And then special items like statues, mounts, pets, and wild animals you'll be able to put inside the house. There will also be cooking stations and fishing spots, as well as daily quests and treasure hunting that you can do in your housing area. So it's like a reason to get back to the house to do your daily quests or find some cool treasure. On the interface side, there's going to be DPS meters in the game, and somebody asked about naming. I think they kind of misunderstood the question. They said you can do A to Z, special characters, and numbers. It's unknown if certain names will be restricted or not. As far as account storage goes, it's not really shared. There is a shared bag in the bank that only accepts certain items, and that's as far as the sharing goes. You won't be able to share between NA servers and EU servers. There is full controller support. They show the product manager playing with a PS4 controller, and the UI is fully customable if you've played Final Fantasy XIV and you've seen how that UI, you can move it all over the place wherever you want it to be, very similar to that. In the shop, there's no pay to win, only single person mounts, no two-player mounts, except for if you want to count that as a two-player mount where the Berserker can turn into a wolf and the player can ride them. There's no additional speed given to the store mounts. They move at the same speed as regular mounts. From alpha to beta to the launch, the shop content is going to be the same, but eventually they're going to add more stuff to the shop, I guess when events happen or as more stuff becomes available. There's other hair colors in the shop and eye colors and eye like looks. When you make your character in the character creation, you just all have like the same color hair and stuff like that, and that's where your character becomes more unique as you buy these shop items for it. There's a gifting system in the shop, but only friends, people on your friends list, will be able to be gifted items. And like I said earlier, the shop's going to be open in beta and alpha, and they're going to reimburse anything that is bought with an extra incentive on top of it. There were some extra questions that people had that they answered, some more information, just some pretty good information in there. Everything you get in the game unlocks as a skin, and you'll use in-game materials to transmog your sets. It's similar to like how WoW is or Guild Wars. You know, once you unlock something, you can unlock it as a skin, and it'll just be put in your bag slot where you can see the skin. Wish they had that in Final Fantasy instead of having the glamour chest, but they can do what they got to do. The game's going to be releasing with 6 classes. There are 2 that's being released in China, but we won't see them at launch. All future updates will be unmonetized for now, whatever that means. I guess if China decides they want to add a expansion that you have to pay for, then we'll have to pay for it here. There's no payday progress in the shop, no XP potions or stuff like that. There's no bags in the shop either, which is pretty good. There is a photo mode. Most leveling is going to be done through story questing. There's a lot more content away from the quest line. Also, leveling isn't the main part of the game, and leveling is pretty quick. And then there's no RNG gear leveling. There's no scalable zones. Each zone has its own like level section, level range that you have to level up through. So you will be able to go back and beat the crap out of some enemies that are lower than you. They say they're still kind of difficult, I guess, but I don't know. I think when you get to a certain point, everything just gets melted down at some point. And so that's all the questions that I thought were kind of important that should have been answered, that will give people some information about the game. If there's some questions that I didn't give you the answers to, let me know. I might have the answer to them for you guys, so tell me in the comments. And if you're still looking forward to the game, if you thought one of these were pretty cool, if one of these answers kind of made you more excited to play the game, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.